Hi, I'm Lisa, a practicing liminal witch and tarot reader with over 28 years experience in helping people find guidance through the cards. On this channel I talk about all sorts of witchy, spooky and mystical things that interest me and I hope will interest you too. Welcome to Beyond Authentic.
YouTube tarot reader Lisa Lee has been found using bad language during her twice-weekly live streams. In a shocking turn of events, it has also been discovered that she will not tell you what you want to hear, only what you need to know. The internet is in collective shock that authenticity is alive and well in this corner of the YouTube meta space. Do not watch if you are easily offended.
Before we go on, here's the housekeeping. Tarot is for entertainment purposes only. You do make all of your own decisions about your own life. Tarot should never be used to replace medical advice, legal advice, financial advice, or counselling advice. If you're looking for support in these areas, please do seek out professionals in these areas. You do have to be 18 years of age or over to get a tarot reading on this channel. And remember, please don't share private information here or anywhere else on the internet that you wouldn't want anyone or everyone finding out about now or anytime in the future. And with that sound of a wand, I appear. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Welcome to the channel. So it is 7 o'clock here in the UK, 2 minutes past 7 in the UK. It's 2 minutes past 2 in the afternoon in New York, 2 minutes past 11 in San Francisco. In South Africa, it is just gone 8 p.m. In mountain time in the States, it's midday. Sydney, 4 a.m. and over there in India, it is 11:30 at night. So if I haven't mentioned where you're coming from, do please let me know in the comment section. Let me know where you're coming in from and I will add you onto the tablet, because I've got a tablet in front of me with lots of different time zones. The tablet of time zones. I do like to know the different regions that people are coming in from. So then let's have a look and see who is actually here. Good evening to Mina Hill. Hello, my darling. Hello. Good evening to Lalima. Hello to you, my love. And hello to that there lovely Patricia. Hello. Patricia is one of our mods. You'll see just next to her name, just there, look, there's a little spanner. That means that Patricia is actually a moderator on the channel. Now, the mods jobs on this channel is a lot less stressful than on some channels, because we've got a wonderful community here on our little space of YouTube, which is really, really lovely, really kind and really loving. And it's a really gentle space. So when people are going through trauma or when people are going through stuff and they're sharing their stories in the chat here is absolutely wonderful. It's very, very rarely that we have to intercede, isn't it, Patricia? But when we do have to intercede, we intercede. Patricia is not one to be messed with when it's what is it they say? F around and find out. That's pretty much with Patricia. She looks, I know in the picture there, look, she looks like she'll make you a lovely cup of tea and sit you down with a lovely slice of cake and a cup of tea, Aunt Sally. And she does look like that. And in real life, she is like that. But mess around with her and you'll find out. So yes, absolutely. So good evening, everybody. Good afternoon and welcome. This is Beyond Authentic. We do tarot readings here. Now, how do you get a reading on this channel? There are two main ways of getting a tarot reading. The first is to wait until I open up a free round. Okay, that is basically your chance to get a free reading. Okay, so we have multiple free rounds throughout the stream. What a free round is exactly what it says on the tin. It is an opportunity for you to get a free reading. When we open up a free round, pop your question in that there live chat, starting with the word question. Okay, they will then get collated, and depending on how many questions are in, one question will be selected and that will be passed over to me, and I will then read for that person. Everybody else who didn't get their question selected, do me a favor, select and copy your question at that point, and then wait until I open up another free round. Until that reading is finished, I'll open up another free round straight away, and that's when you put your question back into that there live chat. The only way to guarantee a reading on this channel is to send it via a super chat. Now that can be any amount whatsoever. Any amount will guarantee that your reading is up next, your 3-card reading. But if you want a longer reading with more details and more in it, then the super chat donation has to be around £6 UK or more. And any money that we make on this channel gets YouTube takes its 30% cut, and then whatever's left, 10% goes to fight bladder cancer and 10% goes to Bladder Cancer UK, the two cancer charities that helped me out when I was dealing with bladder cancer. So that's how you get readings on this channel. Either wait until I open up a free round or send it as a super chat. You can send a super chat at any time. Good evening, Ellis. Hello, my darling. Good evening, all, says Ellis. Hello. I hope everybody's doing okay today. It's a little bit cooler here in the UK. We managed to get to the shops today, and Ruby's still doing okay. She's still doing okay. So we're very grateful and very thankful for that at the moment. She's got a special dinner tonight. So, yeah, we're just going to keep going and see, and she'll tell us when it's time. But we are going to do some readings tonight, and I've got 2 decks on the go. Besides, I've actually got 3 decks. I've got the Light Seers deck here, which I really do like. You know, when I first saw this deck, I was not impressed with it, but we've got the Light Seers deck, we've got the Radiant Rider-Waite deck, and I've also got the Celtic Tarot deck, Celtic Dragon Tarot deck here as well. So then I think it is time. Shall we see? I mean, first of all, before we do start the tarot, how is everybody doing? Hopefully you're all doing okay. Let me know in that there chat how everybody is. I've got to also say, Lalima, I don't recognize your name, my darling. Are you a new subscriber? Well, if you are, welcome. And yeah, shall we go ahead and open up? Oh, hello, Flower Beauty Peacock Rainbow. Hello, my darling. Hello, my darling. Welcome for popping in. Thank you for popping in. Hello to you, my darling. And yes, let me just have a look. If anybody else has jumped in before, nope. Right then, I do think it is time. Shall we open up a free round already? Shall we open up a free round? I think it is already that time. So then we're going to do it. Don't forget, everybody, there are rules on the channel. I'm going to play it one more time before we open up a free round, just to make sure that everybody is aware. Before we go on, here's the housekeeping. Tarot is for entertainment purposes only. You do make all of your own decisions about your own life. Tarot should never be used to replace medical advice, legal advice, financial advice, or counselling advice. If you're looking for support in these areas, please do seek out professionals in these areas. You do have to be 18 years of age or over to get a tarot reading on this channel. And remember, please don't share private information here or anywhere else on the internet that you wouldn't want anyone or everyone finding out about now or anytime in the future. Absolutely, that's very important. Please do keep your own internet security secure. Okay, then it is time. Shall we go ahead and open up a free round? I believe that we should. So we hit the air horn. There you go. The free round is now open. So what does that actually mean? What it means is it's your opportunity to get a free tarot reading on this channel, a free 3-card reading. All you need to do is go ahead and pop your question into that there live chat, starting with the word question, and I will grab one of those at random. So that's all you need to do, just in case you want to actually, if you would like to guarantee your spot, if you like, then do send it as a super chat. That will come through to me on a different screen. And don't forget, super chats do also help out the channel with the running costs of the channel itself. And also we do make donations to those 2 charities, as I mentioned. Right then, so you've got exactly 24 seconds to get your questions in. I'll be reading for someone straight after this. Okay, right then, bear with me. I need to turn the banner off. So then, if I don't know what my voice did then. If Sound like a buzzer. So let me just have a quick look. We've got 2 questions in the chat. One is from Flower Beauty Peacock Rainbow and one is from Mina Hill. So then it's the time when, no, there was one before, Patricia, it's fine. So then it is that time of day. I am going to do this. Indeed. So what is a talisman task? It is exactly what it says on the tin. I found my talismans. Oh my God. Listen, the mods will tell you, Patricia's on at the moment. She will tell you the last few days I have been so stressed because I've been tidying up things and moving things around, and I've got new furniture that we've been building and all of this stuff. And I lost my bag of talismans. It has been the most stressful time, but luckily I have found it again. So then a talisman task is exactly what it says on the tin. I've got 2 questions. Okay. So then we've got Flower Beauty. You are the sigil. Okay. So you are the symbol. In this case, it's the symbol for spirit. And Mina Hill, you will be the writing for spirits. You're the words. Okay. So that's the other side of the coin, of the talisman. So then these were a free gift item from Witch Casket in their first few boxes of the year this year. So I do really appreciate these. And what we do is we toss the talisman, much like tossing a coin. Okay. So Flower Beauty Peacock Rainbow, you're this side. Mina Hill, you're this side. And then we're going to toss it in. I'm going to just pop my arm there to stop it rolling off the desk. So in 3, 2, 1. There we go. So it's come up with the word side. So Mina Hill, my darling, there you are. You are off. Look at that. You were saying good luck to Flower Beauty there. Mina Hill, your question is the one that we are reading. So then, Flower Beauty Peacock Rainbow, go ahead and select and copy your question, my darling, into that there doodah. One thing I will, where's it gone? One thing I will say, with a 3-card reading, you know we're not going to be able to see the totality of the year, and also it's best to either choose career or love, because I don't think both of those will come up on a 3-card, but we can see right then. So Mina Hill, it feels like we need to use this deck for you, my darling. I don't know why. I'm just feeling very, very watery energy around at the moment, so we're going to use this deck. It feels very, again, very, very watery, very oceany. So let's have a look. So we're going to ring your bell and bring in the ever lovely Wispy. And before Wispy, I've got to ask you the question first. So then, Wispy, Mina Hill would like to know, flipping heck. Right, Wispy, stop being a petulant child. Sometimes my dragons, by the way, I will put the link, there we go, in the live chat. If you want to know what I'm talking about with Wispy, what Wispy actually is and my dragons, do have a look down there. Wispy, Mina Hill would like to know when love is coming. So do we have any idea? Bearing in mind, Mina Hill, we only really see the next 6 weeks in full clarity. Anything after that becomes vague, but we'll have a look. So then, let's have a look. Here we go. Oops. Oh, gosh. The cards are flying everywhere today. That's not a good sign, but I think it is my shuffling ability. Rather, I did film, do you know what? I did film a video earlier today. The Chibi Tarot that I filmed the other day, that's now out and it's available. So if you want to see one of the cutest tarot decks that I have ever seen, do go and check that one out. But I filmed another tarot review today for next Monday. And so that video will be up, as I say, next Monday. It'll be up over the weekend for the mods, for the members. So I have been shuffling today already. So I don't know whether that's why my hands are a bit wibbly, but we'll go with it. We'll go with it. It's what happens with fibro. We'll get used to it. So then, is that going to go again? No, that shall drop Mina Hill. So then let's have a look. Are we looking for love? And let's see what is to come. So we'll have a look at where you are. Oh, the love is reversed. Right. That's very simple. And then we'll look at what you need to know. That 5 of Pentacles, that dropped. That was the first card that dropped earlier. That was the first card that dropped right then. And also the outcome or for the future. Right, let's look. So I haven't even got my animation ready yet. Here we go. So we've got the Lovers. Now, it did come up reversed, okay? But I'll show you the card in this deck because I think it is a beautiful card. There you are. Look at that. Isn't that a stunning card with both of these people in this sort of whirlwind of lust and energy and romance? This would be a really positive card, but it came up reversed. So I think, Mina Hill, I don't know whether you are still healing from a past relationship or whether there is still that energy that's left over from a past relationship, because this is very, very, very clearly saying that where you are right now is in a split. Okay, so I don't know whether you were in a relationship and it's kind of gone sideways, or whether you are just sort of out of a relationship, if that makes sense. But it does feel as if whatever residual romantic energy is, it's being used at the moment with whatever this X situation is. Okay, so it doesn't feel like at the moment, it doesn't feel like there's new positive love energy coming your way, right? Because this is reversed in the way you are now. In what you need to know, we've got the Five of Pentacles reversed. So I think, so the Five of Pentacles, this is a card that's linked in very, very closely with charity, asking for support, asking for assistance, asking for help, right? And you can see this person has been locked out of this building. Quite often we see it as somebody outside of a church or outside of a, you know, town hall, places like that, where there is opulence inside, and outside in the snow and cold and in rags we see this person. In this instance, we haven't quite got that as depressing and degrading as that, but we have got this being locked out, and we've got the key though, so we can get our way back in. It's just there's a confidence issue, and should we, and are we allowed, and all of that. Now when it's reversed, I think there is something here you need to ask for help with. Okay, you need to ask for help, because this Five of Pentacles is also, as well as being work, career, finances, it's also the element of growth. It's that earth element energy, and it really doesn't feel as if there is growth in this love sector for you right now. It feels like it's something that you need to really work on and really ask for help. Now, I do always say that if you're looking for, you know, counseling support, to seek out professionals, it could be that you've got to sort of, you know, do that to end whatever this X energy is, because I think this is going to stop you moving forward. In the future, we've also got the Queen of Swords reversed. Now, the Queen of Swords is somebody, you can see here, she sat there quite confidently with a hand, almost like an influencer, isn't it? With her hand just resting, her chin just resting gently on her hand. But look at her sword. Her sword is absolutely ready. And you can see we've got this this bird of prey in the sky in front of her. She is, although she looks calm and relaxed, she is ready for anything. And the thing about the Queen of Swords, she can be very, very cold. And so it doesn't feel as if you've got new love energy coming anytime soon. Bearing in mind, this will be for the next 6 weeks, two months at most. It feels like there is still stuff for you to do to repair your romantic energy, to repair that sector of your life from this previous relationship. Okay, my darling. So what I would say is, at the moment, this is saying that you need to ask for support, but for whatever reason you don't want to. And because all three cards are reversed, I would say at the moment you kind of already want to be out over this and out the other side, but it does take time. Okay, it does take time to put this behind you. I hope that helps, my darling. I really do. I hate it when, you know, we have to say to people, you know, that you're looking for positive romance symbols and signals, and that just isn't coming your way in the immediate future. It's not to say it won't come later in the year, but for right now, my darling, that is going to be your reading. And I'm sorry that it's not the one that you were probably hoping for. But thank you ever so much for your question. Thank you for your time. So let me just have a look in their comment section. Oh, no worries. No worries. Oh, there we go. That one. It resonates. Absolutely, my darling. Thank you for the amazing reading. It helped a lot. Absolutely no problem. I'm glad it did. Quite often, we do have to shift that energy from the people that we were in relationships with. Do you know what I mean? Quite often, that residual energy, especially in our romantic sector, that can really, how can I put it? It's a bit like it's a stream, right? So you've got a little stream, and that's our romantic energy coming through that stream. Okay. And then that past relationship is like a huge boulder that's been dumped right in the middle of that stream, and it's stopping that flow. And the thing is, you might be completely sure that you are over that relationship, but whilst that boulder is still in that romantic stream, in that romantic sector, there's not going to be a flow of energy there. So it really needs to be, you need to get rid of that boulder and let that stream start running again. And once that happens, then you'll find that lots and lots of opportunities for romance. And I'm not talking about like people are going to come falling at your feet to be your partner, but what you will have is you'll have those opportunities where there's a little smile that lasts a little bit longer than it should, that eye contact across a room that lasts a little bit longer than it should, and that little slight smile. All of those opportunities where you've got that, there is that chance, that hint, that little hair's width element of this could become something. Let's have a little nod and a little wink and a little whatever. All of that starts flowing back into your life. But whilst that huge boulder is there, and that boulder can be the ex, it can be the trauma of dealing with the ex, anything like that at all. But whilst that is still there, it's blocking that flow of romantic energy to come your way. Okay. And that's the same. It's not just for Mina Hill. I believe that's the same for many, 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 many of us. And the thing is, the lessons we learn from getting rid of that boulder will help us as we go on. Okay. And I do hope that helps, Mina Hill. I really, really, really do. So let's have a look. It does hurt like how, absolutely. Patricia's saying, good luck, Mina Hill. Look towards the future. It will come bright for you. It will do. But without pain in her, how would you know you're alive? Exactly. This is one of those things, my darling, that sometimes we have to learn those lessons. And as Ellis says there, look, the bad times make you appreciate the good times 10 times over. Absolutely. I wholeheartedly agree with that. Oh, my darling, look, this is such a warm community. So hang around if you want to, my darling. Hang around for the stream. Help out other people who may be going through things as well, like Flower Beauty's done there in the chats, by offering support. So it is a wonderful community for that. Talking of wonderful communities and potential relationships, Ellis, are we going to get an update anytime soon on whether me and Patricia need to go and buy our hats? I mean, I know it's early days, but how's that going for a drink going? Just saying, right? Just saying. But it's not about waiting, my darling. Listen. I'm going to give you some tough love right now. It's not about waiting. You've got to do the work. You've got to get rid of that boulder, okay, in that stream. If you do, you have that energy that comes to you, and you'll have that energy flowing again. But if you just wait, listen, I keep saying listen, water does erode boulders in time, right? That's how we get sand, is those rocks and those sea cliffs are slowly eroded by the water, by the ocean, and eventually they become pebbles, and eventually those pebbles become sand. But it takes eons. And that's the same with that boulder of that the boulder of hurt and pain from an ex relationship, whilst that is blocking your love stream, it's going to block it. Now, eventually over time, that will heal in itself. Okay. Time does heal all wounds, and eventually you will get over it. But it's much, much better for you to put the work in and get rid of that boulder yourself. It will open up things, and it will open up that stream a lot quicker. And how you do that could be counseling. As I said, asking for support with that 5 of Pentacles. That's really important. But I'm going to leave it with you, my darling. And I'm going to say, we wish you nothing but the very best. But yeah, thank you very much for your question. Ellis, you're still, oh, I've got to put my old lady specs on. You're still talking. She's been very busy, so I haven't met for that drink yet, but it's on the horizon. Yay! Hurrah! I would ring the bell for joy, but it will probably upset Wispy, because you know what Wispy's like. But anyway, I'm going to say, I'm not going to do that one. I'm going to do this one. There we go. I'm not doing the wow and the oh my, because you're not quite at that point yet, but going for the coffee soon. That's good. Or the vodka Red Bulls, whatever it is. Anyway, shall we open up another round? I think we should. So it is time for a free round. So let me hit the magic banner. There we go. So the banner is on the bottom of the screen. That means it is time. Do please go ahead and pop your question into that there live chat, starting with the word question. I will then get one of those at random selected for me. Or if there's only 2 questions, as we did earlier, there will be a talisman toss. Either way, I will read for that person after, obviously. No, I've lost what I'm saying. Once the person is chosen, I will read for them. Everybody else who puts questions into the chat, do please select and copy. If you are not selected, select and copy your question from the chat and paste it on the next free round. If, however, you would like to guarantee that you are the next cab off the rank, the next reading, you can take that spot by sending your question as a super chat. Okay, just in case I muddled that up, which I really, really did. Here is all of that as a handy dandy recap. Okay, right, everybody that isn't Ellis, select and copy your question, because Ellis has, thank you very much, Patricia. Ellis has super chatted. Thank you for that kind donation, Ellis. Ellis has super chatted to get their question up next. So I'm going to do that for you, Ellis, right away. So then, my darling, your question will be coming up in precisely 17 seconds. We have a super strong connection here, right? Oh my God! Oh my God, indeed. I remember that reading incredibly well. Well, I don't remember the details, but I remember the reaction. So then, Ellis, let me grab your question from that screen. That way I don't have the chat up. So as always, whilst I'm reading for people, I don't have the comment section open. So if you are sending any comments whilst I'm in the middle of a reading, unfortunately, I won't get that until the very end, unless it's something pertinent to the reading. So if I'm reading and it's, say, I don't know, for example, I'm talking about something and I'm going on and on and on about a family member, or I'm going on and on and on about a romantic partner. If you're saying to me, Lisa, it's not a romantic partner, it's my brother, cousin, uncle, whatever, pop that into the chat. And then what will happen is that one of the mods, or in this case, Patricia, will grab that and send it to me and basically go, Lisa, it's not a partner, it's the cousin. And then I'll be able to see that. But apart from that, I don't have the chat open. Okay, so then let's have a look, Ellis. We cleanse your space and we bring in Wispy. and we say good evening to Wispy, and we say, Wispy, Ellis would like to know. Ellis would like a reading for the next few months. Okay, so a couple of months, Ellis, as you know, it's about the next 2 months properly that we can see. Anything important in that space? So that's what we want to have a knowledge of, a nosy at, Wispy. Anything important coming up in the next couple of months? Okay, how should we do this, Wispy? We've had a card. No, okay. Oh no, it is one. Oh no, it's two. It's two. That doesn't count. Almost, Wispy. Almost. I'll give you the opportunity. Hang on. Let me shuffle again. I'll give you the opportunity, Wispy, to throw out another card if you are wanting one. So let me do that. I think what would be the best option to do, Ellis, is oh, I know. I'll tell you what we'd do. Excuse my lack of. You'd think after 29 years I'd be able to shuffle properly, wouldn't you? You would think so. What I'm going to do, Ellis, I will do you the 10 card horseshoe. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. So it will make sense as I go through. So then let's have a look. Oh, is that one card, Wispy, this time? It is one card, and it's the Fool reversed. Now then, what does the Fool indicate, Ellis? What does the Fool indicate? Wow. First of all, I'll hit this magic button. There you go. So that's the standard depiction. This version of the Fool, if I show you her upright, look, she's not about to fall off that cliff, is she? She is whistling in the wind, singing in the wind, whatever the song is from Pocahontas that I can never remember. She is literally balancing herself at the edge of that cliff on that energy. The Fool always represents new starts, new beginnings, new ventures, a whole new world. I know that's a whole new Disney song, but a whole new world of adventures basically that is coming your way. This is reversed, so I do think there is some fear here. There's a little bit of trepidation. There might even be this element of not being entirely certain about like what exactly is to come, but it does feel very, very, very positive. Okay, the Fool is always a positive card, so that is your clarifying or modifying card. So as we go through the spread, I might have to move her just to there in the corner. As we go through the spread, this is the lens that we're looking at. Okay, my darling. So then let's have a look. When the Fool drops, or when any card drops, it's time to go ahead and cut your deck and to start the spread. So let's have a look. Okay, so then, my darling, let's look at what we have for you today. I can see we've got a few major cards. This is an important reading, Ellis. This is an important reading. There's a lot of major cards that have shown up. So in the past position, we've got the 5 of Wands. Now, Wands is all about security, confidence, self-esteem, how you see yourself, all of those lovely things. It is also linked in with the element of fire. Okay, but this is reversed, and the 5s are always talking about there being a little bit of turmoil, a bit of disagreement, a bit of a struggle internally with how things fit. You can see we've got these 5 different people chasing after this falling star, flame, ball of flame, whatever it is. They are trying to like build some sort of structure out of these wands to try and climb to get this, but they're not all singing from the same hymn sheet. People are at different points, and you can see this is a really rickety, unstable sort of structure they're trying to climb on. This is saying that basically and again it's reversed, so your confidence, I think that structure that you have behind it is quite fragile. And sometimes I wouldn't be surprised if you weren't somebody that feels imposter syndrome and, you know, struggles with elements like that, where you have days where you're feeling kind of like, you know, you're a bit of a badass and you're able to feel really confident and strut down the street as if, you know, you are in Saturday Night Fever or whatever it is, and you're feeling that vibe. But I think those days are quite rare, because I think when you do feel that vibe, there's a little voice in your head that kind of goes, oh yeah, who are you trying to kid or whatever, right? Don't let that get to you, because the Five of Wands, it's talking about there being this sense in the past of you not really being as confident as you make out, and beyond that, this almost this fear that people will see through you, or they'll see under the mask. Does that make sense? The present, we've got the Sun. Now, it is reversed, so I'm not going to jump up and down and scream and shout, but it is reversed. But the Sun is always a positive card, okay? In this deck, you can see the Sun is absolutely bright. It's shining. It's got that golden energy. It is a beautifully strong and wonderful card, okay? And you can see this person is just absorbing all of that energy. She is just there, loving, flinging her arms, loving the energy from the Sun. The Sun represents positivity. It represents growth. It represents new life. Interesting that we've got the Fool as your clarifying card. So it does feel as if there is a new vibe, a new feeling coming your way from now, because this is in the present. It is reversed, so I do think that there is going to be, like, you have to maybe claim this energy for your own. Does that make sense? I think you are going to have to almost literally grab hold of it with both hands, because it does feel incredibly positive, but also you have to be an active participant. Do you know what I mean? You have to actively go after that positivity. If you allow it to, it will pass you by like a star in the sky, like a sun in the sky. You've got to grasp it when it comes your way, okay? So that would be the only thing I would say. The influence, we've got the Nine of Wands, but again, it's reversed. So I think that influence is coming through. There's a lot here about your sense of self, and that being a little bit rickety. Again, the Nine of Wands, I think the Nine of Wands would be for you super confident, right? This is you expressing that, really sure of yourself, really happy in your own skin, really, really vibing with the universe. But it's reversed. And I think this is you feeling that you don't quite fit in the slot, maybe, but the fact that it's showing up at all and it's in the influence position means that it's something you're wanting, and it's something you will head towards. Listen, I will tell you, my friend, that for a lot of us, it's only when you're in your 30s, late 30s, 40s plus that you start to feel that you belong in your skin. Do you know what I mean? It's a really odd thing that when we're young, we don't appreciate the fact we're young, and we don't appreciate all of the stuff that we go through in our life. And then as we get older, we kind of realize that, oh shit, we realize the lessons then. It's all right, it's all right, it's all right, it's all good, it's all good. But we realize the lessons as we get older, if that makes sense. But I do feel, because it's coming up in the influence position, I think, again, it's something that you are wanting to head towards, if that makes sense, because it's like you might not quite feel it yet, but I think you're still trying to grow for it, if that is, I keep saying if that makes sense. I know it makes sense. The Magician's coming up in your obstacle field. Now, this is interesting because the Magician itself has the tools to manifest life as you want it, okay? So it's a really positive card. Again, this reversal is similar to these wand cards, where you've got this sort of feeling of, yes, I would say imposter syndrome, but more than that, this feeling of, you know, should you, can you, will you? The Magician itself is a wonderful card because it talks about you having the ability to move forward in the way that you want, okay? But you've got to have that belief. You've got to have that belief. And in this position, the belief, the lack of belief, that feeling of inferiority is what is holding you back. You are able to turn this card around, right? the fact that the magicians come up means that you have those abilities there. And I'm not talking about, you know, witchcraft, although I'm not saying you don't have the abilities in that aspect, but in general, like, dream it, be it, right? Do you know what I mean? Think that you can do something and then go ahead and do that thing. There's a lot of so-called platitudes and nonsense, but there is also a lot of truth in think it and then do it, or think it and then be it. There's a lot of truth in that. Yes, it takes steps, and there's a lot of steps in between. But if you can envisage yourself being in a particular situation or being in a particular place, if you can envisage it, you can put steps in place, and then you can work towards that thing. And that's what this magician is trying to tell you there. How other people see you. Other people see you as if your life is upside down and all over the place and everything is higgledy-piggledy, because the Eight of Wands is literally that. But again, it's reversed. All of your cards are reversed, even your modifying card, which again is highlighting this everything up in the air, not quite believing, not quite having faith in yourself. But they see you as, but when the Eight of Wands is this way up, right, it's talking about there being lots of opportunity for you to take the ones that you choose and move forward with them. It's a really positive card of taking those aspects of your life that you want to have in 5 and 10 years time, and discarding those parts of your life that you don't, right? When it's reversed, though, it really is talking about, well, you haven't got much choice in the matter. And this is how other people see you. I think it's bullshit. I think you've got absolute truth and absolute ability in yourself to go wherever the hell your life, where you want your life to go. But it's very specifically, right? You have got that ability. You can set those goals and set those targets and move towards them. You absolutely can. It's just that there's a lot of lack of faith here, and I really wish that you could see yourself as some other people will see you. I think close people, somebody really close to you feels almost like you are giving up on life's dreams, if that makes sense, because we've got this 8 reversed in the awareness of others. But again, I don't think that is true, because we've got a really positive card here in the advice, the 8 of Swords, right? Oh, in fact, this is upright. This is upright. This is, no, it's not. It's reversed. Bloody hell. I thought for a second, and then I was reading it, and my brain was automatically translating that to say 8 of Swords. And then I thought that that's what I read. My brain forgot that it was upside down, and I flipped it internally. The 8 of Swords. So this is advice, right? Take the blinkers off. Take the controls off. Take the safety wheels off. Take the stabilizers off. Take the safety bumpers at the oh god, what's it called, at the bowling rink. Take those off. It is time to open up, see yourself as you truly are, with all of the positive skills, all of the positive abilities you've got, and it's time for you to embrace things and move forward. You are not tied. You are not held back. This card, this 8 coming up here, right? This reversal is really positive, because it's saying you believe that your hands are tied. You believe that you are incapable of X, Y, Z. But that's your own inner monologue talking crap. You have this ability, Ellis. You have more ability and more power and strength in you than you realize. This card is telling me that, because this card is saying the advice is, do not listen to your own thoughts at times. You are more capable than you believe. You are not tied back. You are not bound. You are not restricted. You have got this ability. You've just got to get that faith. All of these cards are really pointing at the same thing. I think you need to find that inner confidence, and then you need to grab hold of that and run with it. The outcome card here at the moment, it's saying that the next few months you've got the High Priestess, but again, she's coming in reversed. Okay, so the High Priestess, when she's in her upright position, is quite aloof, but very knowledgeable, but very by the book. This is saying you don't have to be by the book. You don't have to follow somebody else's route. You don't have to follow their dogma, right? The high priestess is all about the rules. Absolutely, you must do this, you mustn't do that, you must walk on the left, don't walk on the grass, do this, do that. She's reversed. So don't do that. Don't follow somebody else's rules, okay? I'm not talking about in general in society. This isn't the purge, but in terms of what you want to do with your life, live your life. Don't live someone else's life where they're trying to live vicariously through you. You live your life and find that courage where you can break the rules that don't make any sense, and you can do so in a way where you are true to you, because this card here is saying you need to like sod the rules that somebody else is saying you shouldn't be like this. Oh no, this isn't correct. Don't do this. Live your life. Flout those rules. Ignore this person. Absolutely ignore this person. This full energy, you need to grab it, my friend. You really do. Right, let's have a look in the next couple of months. What is coming? What is coming? The Two of Wands reversed. Right, have we got any upright cards? No. The Page of Wands. Oh my God, are we going to have all wands? And the Hanged Man. Right, all of the cards are reversed. So stop living for other people. Honestly, stop living for other people. There is not a single card here that has come in upright because it's what you really passionately want to do. You need to find your passion, Ellis. Absolutely find your passion, my friend. So the Two of Wands, possibly a couple coming together, possibly somebody that's going to help you build your confidence, even though you might feel like you have to fake it till you make it. This could be the girl that you've been chatting to. Who knows? But it's absolutely, you are going to feel as if you've got, again, that imposter syndrome. You're going to feel that you're not worthy of the coffee or the vodka or the wine or whatever it is that you're going out for drinks. But you are. And this is one of those situations. Don't let that inner voice stop you. The Page of Wands, that young, naive kind of self, growing and learning and pushing forward with all of the good things that you've got to offer, all of the great energy that you have within you. You need to find this spark. You really need to find this spark of belief in yourself, Ellis. And then we've got the Hangman. And the Hangman is all about sacrifice for the long-term knowledge. But I think this is saying, look, it's reversed. You've sacrificed enough. You have sacrificed enough. This is your time, right? This is absolutely, Ellis, your time. Whatever is coming up, whatever is happening over the next couple of months, all of the cards are screaming at you to find that confidence, find the truth in yourself and live it. Whatever that means, right? Whatever that means. It's not about following someone else's rules and someone else's way of life and someone else's, like, if you don't want to be hardcore vegan, go and have a bacon sandwich. Do you know what I mean? Or maybe the opposite. Maybe you live with somebody who only eats steaks and meat every single meal, but you are actually like shocked and that completely is beyond your ability to even think of eating meat like that. Because for you, the idea of eating animal flesh is absolutely abhorrent. So you want to go and be a vegan and go and be the biggest vegan ever. Just live your truth, right? At the moment, you are not living your truth in all these different areas. And all of the cards are really screaming. And I know I'm getting irate and it's probably really comical. And when I watch this back, I'm probably going to cringe. But absolutely, you need to live your truth. More than anything else, Ellis, you need to find that confidence. You've got it. The cards are screaming at me that you've got it. You just need to recognize it. I hope this helps, my friend. It's going to be a heck of a journey. This is all about the journey with the Fool. It's going to be a heck of a journey over the next couple of months. But I think you need just have faith in yourself, my friend. Have faith in yourself. But thank you ever so much for your question and thank you for the lovely donation. And yeah, I hope that this helps. Have faith in yourself. Listen. Hang on. I meant to swap cameras before I did that. Oopsie. listen, right? I barely know you, but I saw the spark. When I met you, I saw that spark and we had a conversation, and I realized and recognized that you're an intelligent person, intelligent and quite a empathic. Lean into it. Lean into it. Whatever in the back of your head right now, whatever you are thinking about, oh, I could do this, I could do that, go and do it. Don't let fear and doubt stop you. You have far more to offer than you realize at this moment, and the cards are screaming that. I have never seen a spread so absolutely screaming that you need to go and be the USU that you can be, because that is going to be your journey for the next part of your life. Okay, I really want to come and A, give you a massive hug, and B, give you a kick up the backside, because I think you need both, probably in equal measure. But anyway, thank you for your question, my darling. I really do hope that helps. And yeah, that is going to be your reading for today. Whew. Right then, let's have a look. You always do it at the worst time. What's that? We'll do what at the worst time? Look at Patricia. You are a wonderful, strong individual, and you really can do or achieve anything you want. We all believe and have faith in you. We do. We do. We do. This is an interesting reading. I'm not sure what situation the cards are alluding to exactly, but I know what they are saying, and they are right. You trust me, have some faith, have some inner confidence, right? Find that steel inside, that EEL. Find that inner steel, that iron, that grit. It's there. And then never let it go. It's there. I have never seen a reading where I am getting so irate, because it's almost like I want to slap you, because it's like you don't see your worth in yourself in the way that other people do. And more so, it's hindering you and the people around you. You need to have whatever this is, right? Wispy, whatever this is, you need to just go for it. You need to just go for it. I hope that helps. Just go for it. Particularly if it's something in the witchy side of things. That's all I'm saying. Anywho, right. It's time for another free round. So then, if you would like a tarot reading and you want to throw your hat into that there ring, do please go ahead and pop your question into the live chat, starting with the word question, and then one of those readings will get picked at random. Okay, so it is time. Go ahead, pop your question into the live chat, starting with the word question, or if you want to guarantee that you are the next person reading, like Ellis did, just snuck in there, then all you need to do is send your question via a super chat. But you've got about 30 seconds whilst the round is open to get your questions in, and then one of them will get picked and read at random. Okay, so here is a recap, just in case you don't know what to do. Okay, right then, let's take that there banner off and let's have a look in the comment section. You can tell it's a quiet Tuesday tonight. Flower Beauty, my darling, you are the only person to pop a question in, so your reading will be up very, very soon. Your reading will be up, in fact, straight after. Hang on, what was I going to play? Straight after this, Flower Beauty, you're coming up in 37 seconds. Yes, indeed. Right then, let's have a wee look. So, Flower Beauty, Peacock Rainbow, your question is, what guidance do my spirit guides have for my love life? Let's have a look at that for you, my darling. So then, we cleanse the space with the bell and we bring in Wispy. And Wispy, Flower Beauty, Peacock Rainbow would like to know, what guidance do her spirit guides have for her love life? What guidance does Flower Beauty, a Peacock Rainbow, have for her love life? Well, that's what we want to look at. We want a bit of boom chicka wow wow, don't we? That's what we want. Basically, that is what we want. We want a little bit of, oh yes, a little bit of wow, a little bit of, oh, that is what we want. That is what we want here on the channel for Flower Beauty Peacock Rainbow. So then, what do the guides, what information do the guides want to pass on for Flower Beauty so that she can get that boom chicka wawa? Boom chicka wawa. Wasn't there an advert back in the day? I think it was for deodorant. Yes, it must have been for Lynx or something, where it was like boom, 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 chicka wawa. Don't remember. Right then, don't forget, as I'm reading, I don't have the chat open. I know you know this, Flower Beauty, but just in case, if you do comment, just in case anybody thinks, oh my God, Lisa's ignoring Flower Beauty's comments. I'm not ignoring. I just physically cannot see comments when I'm in this particular screen, if that makes sense. Right then, my darling. So, Love Life reading. Let's see what we've got. We'll go with the where you are right now. Ooh, Temperance. I mean, Flower Beauty. What do we think? What do we think? What do we think? Bit of a hottie, yeah? Bit of a hottie. Moving on. He looks nothing like my husband, but that's fine. What you need to know. Let's have a look at what you need to know. Oh, the moon reversed. 2 major arcana cards. Are we going to get a third? We've got the future opportunity is, oh, the 7 of Cups. It's a cup card. So, Flower Beauty, the Temperance card is coming up in your where you are now. Now, Temperance is all about finding that middle way, compromise, finding negotiations, and basically finding your way forward in a gentle way. Okay, so this is really interesting in a love reading. It's saying where you are right now, okay, you need to be very open-minded. This is a card of water. I mean, you've literally got the moon and a mermaid coming up, but this is a card of being able to flow, if that makes sense. And you've got this wonderful vibe where this person is mixing these elements and creating this positive energy around them. But it is mixing, it's like mixing oil and water, or I don't know, what other analogy could I use? I tell you what, it's like mixing instant coffee with hot water, right? It melts instantly. If the water's if it's cold water, eventually the coffee grinds do melt, but they can take a little while depending on how much water you put. That's a really crap analogy, isn't it? What I'm trying to say is it's mixing the elements and mixing the energy, right? Temperance is all about finding that way through, finding that negotiated way forward. And oh, thank you, Patricia. I'll explain that in just a second. And finding, wow, finding that route out of where you are and into that future. Does that make sense? Because it feels, the way that Temperance works, there's 2 elements to the Temperance card. One is that negotiated, like everybody's happy, compromise, moving forward. The other thing about to temper something, is to get it from being super hot to super cold to super hot to super cold. With steel, you temper the steel and it makes it harder and stronger. And that's what this is saying in terms of relationships as well, right? You've got to kind of find that way to move forward in a way that is compromised so that your relationship is solid, right? Because if only one of you gets their way in a relationship, the other person's eventually going to find somewhere else. And that's where all of this is coming in, right? By blending those energies, by properly working together, it merges that forward. I don't know whether this is making any sense to you, Flower Beauty. In the what you need to know, we've got the moon. Okay, so this is reversed, but the moon could be related to a couple of things. It could be that there is romantic energy coming your way within a month, because the moon quite often relates to that lunar cycle, it being 28 days. But the moon also is talking about trusting your instincts. Now, well, this is reversed, so it's saying, you know, again, trust your instinct, but be careful of those red flags, be careful of those warnings. This card is all about that pull from, how can I put it? The pull from the ether, because the moon literally controls the tides. It controls the energy around the planet. We all know that the idea that lunatic came from the word for lunar, meaning full moon, meaning that people went a bit bonkers during the full moon. Allegedly, may or may not be true. There is some evidence for that, although in modern times, a lot less so. But the moon's influence is really strong on relationships, because the moon is really talking about trusting your inner self, trusting that instinctual connection, right? And if you're not doing that with a partner, if you're not trusting in that instinctive element with the partner, then you're going to come into those problems. So even though this is in the what you need to know, I think it's kind of what you already know, if that makes sense, because it does feel like this is very much talking about maybe dating history and how you move forward. I don't know if that makes sense, but there's nothing here that's tangible on the right now. So this is telling me, especially with the type of question you've asked, I think the guys are trying to nudge you into a direction where they're saying, look, this is what's happened in the past. Let's try not to do that again. Let's try and see things from another perspective with this card. Certainly learn to trust your instincts and not second guess them with the moon, right? And then we've got the outcome, which is the 7 of Cups. And the 7 of Cups is all about difficult choices and gifts. So the idea is that each of these, I guess they're cups, bowls, are symbolic, and they each have different gifts connected with them. And this person is having to choose which of these gifts that they want. Some of these gifts, in terms of romance, some of these gifts will be, you know, I don't know, slightly more valuable than others. Some of these gifts are wisdom to learn moving forward, and some of them are physical gifts. But the only way to know is to make that choice. And the thing with the 7 of Cups is it's a very difficult choice. So in terms of your romantic future, right, give it thought, give it time. Don't jump into relationships. Don't jump into situationships just because you're horny or just because you are, you know, you like the person. Wait and see what happens. Wait and see what develops. Give it time for you to make those choices, is what this card would be saying. Okay, there are choices that are quite difficult choices to make, maybe between this person and that person. At the end of the day, give it time, give yourself that opportunity to get all of that information before you jump. And yeah, that seems to be what they're saying. I don't know if this makes any sense, Flower Beauty. It feels very much this is in connection to previous relationships and maybe a pattern that they're wanting me to sort of tell you. Wispy, I'm going to pull one more card. I want a positive aspect card. Okay, a positive aspect card for Flower Beauty Peacock Rainbow to place right here, and to basically be the symbol or the sigil for what priority Flower Beauty needs to make moving forward in terms of love life. Okay, how do we take this knowledge and how do we use it moving forward? What is the symbol that we need to know moving forward? And I'm going to grab one from we're going to grab one from, oh, hang on, it's stopping there. So we're going to grab this top one. It would not let me go past this. And we've got, okay, the 5 of Wands. The 5 of Wands. Okay, that's interesting. So what you need to do, Flower Beauty, is to concentrate on how you move forward and go after your goal, right? That's how you that's how you deal with this romance. Work out what your goal is and go for it, basically. Wands is all about your sense of self, your sense of security, confidence, all of that. This card is the 5 is normally about turmoil, but you can see this is a little bit about working together. And sometimes I think this is related to the different parts of you that you need to pull together and basically bring back as a whole and then move forward. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? I know what I'm trying to say, but I don't know whether that's resonating. The different aspects, the different sides, the different facets of you bring together, right? Recognize that it's not this version or that version. It's all you, and you need to accept them all back to be able to move forward as a whole. Does that make any sense? I have absolutely no idea if you can take that, but that is what they are giving me, my darling. Really, 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 really firmly, like really firmly. This idea of you being multiple separate parts, but actually you need to be able to put everything, like, what's the thing? Almost like the Liquid Terminator, or I can't think, but it's almost like, right, it's almost like I want to take this piece of blue tack and make lots of little versions of you, right? And then I want to smush them all together and have one version of you that's made up of all the little bits. That's what they're trying to say. I don't know what that means for you, my darling, but they're absolutely adamant that that is the message. So there you go. Hopefully that helps. And yeah, that is going to be your reading for today. That got very strange. That got very strange. I hope you can make sense of that, Flower Beauty, because to me, it's yeah. I hope you can. I hope you understand it. But thank you ever so much for your question. Right, let's have a look in the. Excuse me. Let's have a look in the chat. Thank you. Willie Davis. Hello, Willie. Can I get in line for a general? We don't have a line as list. We don't have a list as such, or a line as such. I'll open up a free round in just a second. If you would like a reading, then go ahead and pop your question in when I open up a free round. Or if you want, you can send it as a super chat, and that will take precedent over the free round. Also, Lorraine Malongo. Hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully I've said that right, but thank you very much. Hello, Lorraine. Flower Beauty. Yes, the last card is fantastic. It talks about assimilating all our inner parts that may be fragmented. Yes, indeed. So what they are saying is to assimilate all your inner parts and go for the goal. Yes, absolutely. I believe so. And also very specifically with the moon and the temperance card, try and be more open and more forgiving with that temperance card. Try and be more open-minded, maybe a little bit less. Oh, come on, Wispy, give me that again. It just went through my head. Maybe a little bit less locked down in your ideas and in your ideals. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. Right then, so let's have a look. We've got, what time is it? It's 8:10 already. Wow, that is shocking. So we finished the stream at 9 o'clock. So then, Willie, you need to pop your question in, my darling, into the live. Did I just put all those cards in back to front? Yes, I did. Where's the other one gone? Sorry, bear with. I'll find it. Yeah, Right, so I've got it. I think I must have done. Yep. So then we're going to open up a free round. Oh, thank you. Hello, Holland. Hello, Holland. How are you, my friend? I'm glad you popped in to join us. Thank you very much. Oh, thank you, Flower Beauty. That's very, very kind of you. Thank you. Right then, so we're opening up a free round. What does that mean? It means exactly what it says on the tin. This is your opportunity to get a free tarot reading on this channel. What you need to do is to pop your question into the live chat, starting with the word question. Okay, one of those will then get selected at random and I will read for whoever that person is. Then we'll open up another free round. If, however, you want to guarantee that your question is read on this this particular live stream, you can jump the queue, and you can do so by sending your question through as a super chat. Okay, either way that you want to do that, go ahead and do that now. Don't forget, the super chat can be any amount to guarantee your slot for a 3 card. But if you want a longer reading, as Ellis did earlier on this evening, then do make sure you send that through for £6 or above on the super chat here on the YouTube. On the YouTubes. Right then, just in case you skipped all of that or missed it, or I messed up, because I probably did, here is a handy dandy recap. Okay, I was just about to take another sip of coffee then. So then, the keeper of the questions, we have Lorraine. Okay. Oh, I'm on the wrong screen. So Lorraine, there we go. Lorraine, I've got your question. Hurrah! The keeper of the questions has done a randomized thing, and you have been chosen. So let me just click on the other buttons. So Lorraine, my darling, your question is coming up next, and it will be up straight after. Where's my little thing gone? Here we go. So your question is coming up in 7 seconds time. There we go. Perfect. So just in case you're wondering why I have these little bumper things, it's because the swing arm on this camera here, the swing arm is very juddery, and also 9 times out of 10, when I swing it back to be back with my face on the camera, it invariably shifts position. As you can see, this is now a little bit further this way than I'd want it to be, but it's fine. So Lorraine, we're going to go ahead and cleanse the space for your reading, and we're bringing in the lovely Wispy, the elemental air dragon that I work with. So then, Lorraine wants to know, what made the person I used to call the love of my life disappear and never made contact? Okay, so then what Lorraine's wanting to know is, what made the person that they used to call the love of their life disappear and not make contact again? So what made them ghost Lorraine effectively? Let's have a look, my darling. I'm so sorry that happened to you. There we go. There we go. Let's have a look. I'll do your drop. Oh, so then we want to know, Wispy, what caused it? What made the person do that? So let's have, just looking at my spreads on there, what would be a good option for this? Okay, we'll have a look at the situation, okay, and what the obstacle was, and if there was a way to avoid or to overcome that obstacle. Okay, so the situation, the 8 of Pentacles reversed. Okay, lots and lots of work energy, lots of career energy going in. Were you working too hard? Were you burning the candle at both ends? Let's see. The obstacle was strength. Interesting. And the Lovers reversed in the outcome. Right. Okay. So, okay. The situation, as in what was around at the time that was happening. So for me, the Eight of Pentacles, Pentacles is career, work, finances. For me, the Eight of Pentacles is that moment when you're pushed against deadlines and you're pushed against targets and you are working your backside off. You are working all the hours you can, and then you're drinking coffee and staying up late and working more hours and more hours and more hours, and you're getting 26 hours of work in a 24-hour period, and you're still managing to get a couple of hours sleep and to eat and to poop and all of that in that 24 hours. You're literally doing you're working so hard and so much that you are cramming in tomorrow's work and the next day's work into that one work day because of those deadlines, right? So whether this was you that was working really hard or them working really hard, this is kind of what was the trigger. The amount of energy and effort that was being slung towards the workplace rather than anything else. Okay, so it feels very much like whether you were working really hard and they got jealous, or whether they just needed to put more energy into their work, and that literally diverted their train from the romance sort of heading with you over there to something else, because they were that there wasn't enough time in the day to have a relationship. Does that make sense? The obstacle to all of that was the Strength card. Now, the standard sort of strength that we normally see is very similar to this, but I'll explain. Normally we see the Maiden pulling a tooth out of the lion's mouth or a thorn out of the lion's paw. In this case, we can see the Maiden is the lion. Look at that. But we've got the Lamb here. The Lamb is completely safe. Completely safe. This Strength card, I don't know whether you were too strong and whether this connection at work was too strong for your ex, or whether their need for that career element, for that burning that candle at both ends, whether that was too strong a pull for them. Does that make sense? Because it really does feel that as an obstacle, strength doesn't make sense unless it's that you, how can I put it, Wispy, strength can only be an obstacle, right, when somebody isn't willing to share that weakness, because they're putting up that mask of strength, I think is what I'm trying to say. Now, it could be, again, because of this work energy, it feels like there was a certain amount of thank you, Wispy, a certain amount of not wanting to look weak because they weren't coping, right? So I absolutely think, thank you, Wispy. Thank you, Wispy. Wispy's my air elemental dragon. And I think that they were working too hard and struggling at work and didn't want to admit it to you, because to you, they wanted to seem strong. And look at me, I'm this go-getting, hardworking, blah, 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 whatever they were, stocks and shares trader, teacher, farmyard animals, husbandry supervisor, whatever it is, right? Whatever they were doing, they were working their backside off, but they were struggling and didn't know how to ask for help. This is why the Strength card is coming up as an obstacle. And that led to the choice to let the relationship go. I think the pattern here with this Strength card being sat in the middle, I think the reason that they didn't say, oh, I'm really sorry, you know, I can't do this, I don't think we should do this, can we have a big conversation about XYZ? I don't think they were strong enough to do that. I think that they absolutely just couldn't have that conversation, because they were already feeling weak, they were already feeling completely wrung out. And for them, it was easier to just escape and not have a conversation and to do the most wickedly cowardly thing, which is to just ghost somebody, right? That is that is a cowardly thing to do. But I think for them, it was easier and more necessary to do that at the end of the relationship because they weren't strong enough. They didn't have the courage to face you, right? It really does feel, I wouldn't be surprised, Lorraine, if they didn't either move for a job or, you know, somehow leave the area through their work. But yeah, hopefully that makes sense, my darling. That's absolutely what it feels like. But it I don't think it reflects on you. I really don't think it reflects on you. It's almost like I want to say Wispy's giving me this thing of the person was just snowed under, struggling to cope, and so they prioritized work over you. They should have prioritized the relationship. They didn't. And now they probably regret it, to be honest with you, because what Wispy's given me is this feeling of shit, basically. What have I done? What have I done? What have I done? But I think from your perspective, don't let this person, I was going to say don't let this person back in your energy, but I want to say if this person is around and if, you know, if you need that closure, that's fine, but don't get caught back up in it because it really does feel like it feels like this person did what they did that was right for them and didn't think about you. And I think probably that's what they'll do in the future, if that makes sense. But I hope that helps, Lorraine. I really do. And thank you ever so much for your question. I'm sorry that was done to you. That's a really shit thing to do, isn't it? That is a really shit thing to do. Some people are just shit, right? Let's just admit it. Some people are just shits. But the good thing is, Lorraine, the good thing is that they revealed their shittiness long before, you know, you were in a 20-year relationship with them. At least I hope they did. You know what I mean? Like, it's been revealed. You now do have life ahead of you to move on and live and for things to get better and all of that loveliness to come your way. At least it wasn't, you know, they strung you along for that amount of time. I hope that helps, Lorraine, my darling. I really do. And yeah, I think you've probably dodged a bullet. I know I shouldn't say that. That's my opinion, but I do think you probably dodged a bullet with this one. Anyway, my darling, thanks ever so much for your question. That is going to be your reading for today. Right, see what I mean about this thing, camera, pointy thing. You know what I'm trying to say. The tripody thing, the arm, that's what it is. Right then, let me go into the comment section. And True, you needed closure on this. Oh, my darling, it's shit when people do that. It really is. It was the cowardly thing to do, Holland. You're quite right. No, you do deserve better. Everybody deserves better. Everybody deserves better than treatment like that. But I'm glad that you acknowledge that you deserve better. Put it that way. I'm really glad that you acknowledge that, because it would be very easy for people to go, oh, well, I'll just accept shit like that again. No, we don't, do we? It's very honest and very brave of you to move forward in that way. Right, I'm going to open up another free round. Before I do, I'm going to press this little button here. Before we go on, here's the housekeeping. Tarot is for entertainment purposes only. You do make all of your own decisions about your own life. Tarot should never be used to replace medical advice, legal advice, financial advice, or counselling advice. If you're looking for support in these areas, please do seek out professionals in these areas. You do have to be 18 years of age or over to get a tarot reading on this channel. And remember, please don't share private information here or anywhere else on the internet that you wouldn't want anyone or everyone finding out about now or any time in the future. Yes, indeed. Right then, Holland has joined the chat. Holland is here in the chat. Holland is one of our lovely moderators on this channel. Now, you may not know that Holland is an incredibly artistic person, annoyingly artistic, like one of those people who seems to be good at everything. Do you know what I mean? Do you know how annoying those people are? Like, if you were to say, "Oh, we'll make some cookies for an event," you would turn up with, you know, plain brown cookies, maybe a bit of chocolate chips in, and Holland's the sort of person that would turn up with these amazingly elaborately decorated, like, delights and treats in the mouth. Yours would be, you know, lovely chocolate chip cookies, and theirs would be this amazing creation. They're just that type of person. Well, as well as being hugely artistic in terms of making music, they also actually make lots of things, tangible things. They create things, and they've got a little Etsy shop. So I always say that this is in no way sponsored, but if you are into sort of witchy things and jewelry things and things like that, do check this out. Blue Chalice is a small business making crafty creations for the witchy community, from jewelry to wall hangings, witch bells to altar tiles. Why not have a look at bluechalice.etsy.com. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I do not believe you. You are just preternaturally, is that the word? Good at those things. I reckon, I swear down, I reckon if you and I both did a challenge, right, where we had the same box mix of cookies in a kitchen with just those raw ingredients and like the milk and whatever we need, we'd both have a go at them, and yours would turn out like amazing bespoke handmade kitchen, you know what I mean, the ones from one of those high-end bakeries, and mine would end up looking like something that the cat's mother dragged in. Do you know what I mean? I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I think naturally you would just go, and then somehow you come out of the oven and they'd be like, oh, oh, shiny, you know, rays of golden sunshine shining through the cookie batter. That's what I think would happen. You can sing and paint. You can sing and paint a lot. You're very good at both of those things. You're very artistic. Anyway, it is time. Shall we have another free round? I think we should. Let's go ahead. We've got half an hour left here, or 31 minutes technically, before we finish tonight. So we can probably get 3, 5, 27 readings in. I've got ADHD, so I don't understand time, but that sounds about right. Sounds about right. So go ahead, pop your question into the live chat, starting with the word question. I've lost the plot. Starting with the word question, and then one of those will get selected at random. Now, we are into the last half hour of the stream. So if you want to guarantee that your reading is up next, then you can send that through as a super chat of any amount. If you would like to get a longer reading, we go into a lot more detail, then it's a £6 donation or above, please. Don't forget, any money we make on this channel does get split between YouTube's 30%, and I also donate 10% to Fight Bladder Cancer and to Bladder Cancer UK, the two bladder cancer charities here in the UK that have helped me deal with my own bladder cancer journey. Also, I do have to say, we are now monetized on the channel. Patricia did send a little message earlier that an advert had played for a lady shaver. An advert had played halfway through the stream. So there you go. That is now a thing that YouTube may well choose to do on its end. But it does mean that hopefully, fingers crossed, we will get a little bit more love and attention from the algorithm, and which means we will have more people joining us. So again, it's probably the best time to get a reading, just as we hopefully start gaining in more numbers as we go through this journey. But anyway, go ahead, pop your question into the live chat, starting with the word question, or send it as a super chat, and do those wonderful things just about now. Here is your handy dandy recap of what to do. Okay, let me have a look. So there we go. Fabulous. It does look as if Carla Brock, it does look like you're the first, or you're the only person to put a question in that round. So, my darling, by default and also by universal selection, you are the next reading. Wasn't putting that up on screen for some reason. There we go. So then, Carla Brock, my darling, your question will be coming up in, let's have a look, in 15 seconds. Get yourself ready. 15 seconds. I'm swapping cameras now. Okay, what will your card say? Indeed, what will your card say? So, as always, we cleanse the space and we bring in the lovely Wispy, the air elemental dragon I work with. So, Wispy, Carla Brock would like to know, will they ever find love? Will Carla Brock ever find love? Let's have a look. So then, ever's a long time, Carla. Ever is a long time. I will see if... I'll tell you what. No, hang on. Wispy's saying to... Right, okay, we're going to try and do it. Normally, we only see up to about 6 weeks, 2 months into the future with the cards because, you know, life changes, everything changes. But, okay, Wispy's... I've got the strongest vibe. There's a message. Let's have a look. Okay, am I doing a 3-card Wispy? What are we doing? As in, what spread? It's going again, it's going again, it's going again. Ooh. Right. What spread? We'll do the standard. Where you are. 7 of Pentacles. What you need to know. The Magician. And what the future opportunity is. All 3 cards are reversed. Okay, let's have a look. So, in the where you are position, we've got... Oh, sorry, 1 second. I've gone itchy. Yes, we've got the 7 of Pentacles where you are. Now, this is reversed, but this is talking about choices. Okay, and this is talking about doing... Give me that again, Wispy. This is about sowing the seeds for later growth. But what does that mean in terms of love, Wispy? How do we interpret that with a love reading? I think there's something here. Oh, hold on. Here we go. Give me that again, Wispy. Give me that again. Carlo, it's something... There is something here around you... I don't even know how to... Right, okay, sorry. This card is talking about sowing seeds for the future, but it's talking about, is it time to harvest or do we keep growing forward, right? But you can see we've got this person is sending positive, healing earth energy into the plant's roots. Pentacles is normally work, career, finances, but it's also about earth energy and growth, okay? Which is what this card is absolutely representing, that solid earth grounded energy. This is saying that I don't know whether there's an element where you have not felt grounded recently. You haven't felt yourself to be stable. Let me put it that way. You haven't felt yourself to have that stability, that sense of putting down roots. Okay. And I don't know whether you move from place to place a lot, or whether there's been a few moves recently that have really kind of kept everything on a tipsy turvy scale. Everything's been shifting around, but it feels like you need to put down some roots and then nurture yourself like you would nurture a baby plant. Let me put it that way. Put down the roots, allow yourself to find that sense of stability, to find to feel the ground from under you, right? And to feel the earth and that connection to the environment underneath you, and around you, and then to be able to grow your confidence back, right? Grow your confidence back, because it feels like it's been knocked. It feels like whatever's happened to you over the last couple of years, but specifically maybe the more recent couple of months, whatever's happened to you absolutely need to find a way of letting all of that, not letting it go, not ignoring it, but to allow that to get processed, right? Running away from whatever's happened isn't going to allow you to process the feelings, the thoughts, the emotions that are with it. You need to kind of allow yourself to stop, put down roots, find that trust again, find yourself again, in order to process that last few months that's been happening. Does that make sense? You've got the Magician coming in the what you need to know. The Magician here is reversed again. It came up earlier, Magician reversed. The reverse Magician for me is talking about you have the tools to make your future what you want it to be, right? You have those tools, but you need to find them again. You need to absolutely find those again. It feels like when the Magician's reversed, it's like that energy, that power has been taken from you, right? All of that energy, all of those magical abilities, those tools, the aspects of your life that you are able to take and pick up and move forward with, all of that positive energy, it feels like that has been taken, right? But you still have the raw seeds. You still have those raw seeds there. They can grow back. It's like a starfish. You cut off a starfish's arm or leg or one of the bits, it grows back, right? It's like that. This ability to manifest, to make decisions, to have your own strength, to have your own agency, your own autonomy, for you to be you have all of that there. It's just at the moment you don't feel like it's still around. It almost feels like that's been taken. And what this card is saying, it's really flagging up this idea of, look, this strength, this inner core being, you've got it. It's always there. It might retreat back into the tiniest little nugget right at your very center, and it might hold tight there until the soil, the earth, the ground, everything else is safe, and then that will come back out, and you'll be able to feel that ability to have faith and trust and to move yourself into your future. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. It feels like at the moment you feel very, very small, almost like imprisoned, and that's because of whatever this last couple of years, but especially the last couple of months has happened. Once you're settled again and you're able to put back down some roots, then it's like those prison doors, those emotional doors open, and you're able to connect again on that deeper level, and then you're able to make those changes about your life that you're wanting to make, right? you've got the Knight of Pentacles coming in. I think I listen, your question, will you ever find love? I've got no idea. In all honesty, this is not the message for you. The message for you is not about will you find love? Oh, yes, you will. A tall, dark, handsome stranger is going to walk in the next few weeks and blah, 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 blah. This is not that. This is not that. This is far more of a much, much, much deeper question, because this Knight of Pentacles that is coming up in the future opportunity, knights can be related to, you know, people that you meet, dating people, things like that. But the knights are the people in the deck who act first and think later. Knights are not people to get into long-term relationships with, right? They're great for a shag. They're great for a bit of fun. They're great for an affair, a summer fling, something like that. These are not the people to get into long-term relationships with, because they are incapable of staying in one place for the longest term. The knights are those characters in the deck that are literally like knights of the round table of old. They are the ones who the king says, I need a quest, and the knights go, yes, sire, let's jump on our horses and off we go. Never mind saying to the wife and the kids, excuse me, is it okay, are you all right with the kids for the next I don't know when I'll be back, might be 4 months, might be 6 years, don't know, are you all right with the kids, are you sure? Yep, all right, you've got enough food? No, tough shit, I'm off. The knights don't care. They just act, right? This is fine for a rebound shag. This is fine for a rebound fling. This is not relationship material, right? The fact that it's coming up is screaming at you. Look, I think you'll be drawn to a person like this, possibly on a motorbike. I don't know why I'm saying that. I just got this impression. Bit of a bad boy energy. Again, it doesn't have to be male, can be female, can be non-binary person, but they've got that bad boy energy. Do you know what I mean? If you imagine James Dean, right? But in anybody's body, it could be a woman inhabiting that energy, a non-binary person, a male, whatever. That's the vibe. And I think you're drawn to that sort of the little frisson. And the thing is, if this person comes into your life soon, ignore them. This is not the person that is going to be right for you. They will bring in, you'll think that they are, oh, this is a really nice romantic person, this is a really nice gesture, and they will bugger off. It could be work, career, money related that they come in through. So it could be somebody you meet in that capacity, somebody through work, somebody through, I don't know, buying a lottery ticket at the counter, and he's the person, or they're the person serving you a lottery ticket. Do you know what I mean? Whatever that is, this is not the right one, because it's reversed. So whilst it's talking about love, I do think you've got a hell of a lot of other stuff to deal with. But I think you also need to be really careful about, as much as this represents a potential person, like your person, it could also represent that aspect of you that is still wanting to be able to be free and easy and off you go and do whatever. And sometimes we can be our own worst enemies as far as that is concerned. I don't know whether that makes any sense. I hope that helps, my darling. I really, really, really do. But thank you ever so much for your question. It does really feel like whatever these two first cards are that you've got to process, it feels like that's your journey first. Process that, and then don't go running off with the first knight on horseback, even if you're that knight on horseback. Hopefully that makes sense. Thank you ever so much for your question, Carla. I really do hope that makes sense. Right, let me have a look in the doodah, in the comments section. Push the camera away. Comments would be useful, please. Come on. Thank you. Ed's here. Hello, Ed. Sorry you're late. I know, we're just on finishing, Ed. We're just finishing. That's all right. You were late too. Yeah, never mind. Never mind. It's fine. We got there, didn't we, Patricia? We got there. She did. Patricia held up the fort, literally, with at knife point. or held up the fort on her shoulders. How would you hold up the fort? I don't know. Tanya, good evening, Tanya. I'm going to open up the last round of this evening, my darling. So select and copy your question. Troll gods. Oh, okay. Just your YouTube name. Troll gods? Yep. My first thought was, but then I realized we weren't invaded. She's good. She's on point and you're listening. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Right. Okie dokie. Well, oh. No. I mean, it's your life. You make all your own decisions about your own life. Oh, it will be so bad. It'll be so bad. I've got this. That's that. You make all your own decisions about your own life. I personally think you're worth a lot more. That person is not going to treat you well at all in any way, shape, or form. But you know, and I'm not just saying because they're on a motorbike. Trust me, I like motorbike people, but no. Hold on, troll gods. I'm about to open the last round now, so we're going to do it. Hold up, put it back in now, my darling. Once I've put this thing in, there you go. We are now opening up the next, and in fact, it will be the last free round of the evening. So this is your last chance to get a tarot reading on this here channel today. Okay, so do go ahead, pop your question into the live chat, starting with the word question, and one of those will get selected and chosen at random, and I will read for that person. This is the last time tonight that we are doing this. I will be back on Sunday evening at 7 p.m. UK time. Okay, don't forget, members only. We've got our member only chat at 6 p.m. UK time. Come and join us for that. You can join our memberships by pressing the join button anytime that you choose and anywhere you see the join button. So do be part of it if you so wish. Do come along. But it's time now. Pop your question into that there live chat, starting with the word question if you haven't done already. And yes, you've got exactly 32 seconds to get your question in. Gosh. Hello. Yes, I know it was muted. Hello. Are you on the right path? Absolutely, you are on the right. Well, I don't know whether you're on the right path, but absolutely, I'm going to read your question. Is what I was trying to say. Let me have a look. I tried to. There we go. I tried to set this one going a second ago, and the camera was not happy, and then the microphone got muted. So yes. Right then, troll gods. This is your reading. It's the final reading for tonight. And yeah, let's do it. So as always, we are cleansing the space. As you can see, we've got a lovely little crow just there. So Wispy. Troll gods would like to know, are they on the right path? Is troll gods on the right path in general? Let's have a look. Is troll gods on the right path? That's my dodgy shuffling. I know, right? I could never work in a casino, could I? Could you imagine me in a casino? I mean, for a start, I'd be skint, but also I could never work in a casino. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? It'd be like, although don't they have shuffling machines now, don't they? Is this just something I've dreamt? They have pre-shuffled cards. No, they can't be pre-shuffled, but do they have machines? Do I need a shuffling machine? Have I just dreamt this? I might have just dreamt this. This is what happens with ADHD. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. Blooming. Figurative. Words I can't say. Right. Let's have a look. One. Oh, God. You can tell it's the end of a 2-hour stream. My hands are just feeling it. This is where the fibro is. My fingers are not great at the moment. Anywho, here we go. Wispy, for the last time, is Troll Gods on the right path? Let's have a look. Do you drop? Oh, there we go. I knew it's going again. So, Troll Gods, let's have a look. Are you on the right path? Where you are right now? 3 of Wands. What you need to know. 4 of Cups. And the opportunity to come. The Ace of Cups. Right. All 3 cards, again, are reversed. We've got a lot of reverse cards tonight. A lot of reverse cards. Very, very interesting when we have so many cards that are just showing a particular aspect of where people are coming in from. So the 3 of Wands. Are you on the right path? The 3 of Wands is talking about, Wands is your sense of self, sense of security, confidence. 3s are normally what happens next. Okay, so it feels like you've achieved something and you're now wanting to build on that achievement. This is reverse though. So it's almost saying that you need to be really careful moving forward, that you are, how can I put it? That you're building, you put the work in first. Does that make sense? Right? You've got to make sure you put that work in and your foundation is solid. So whatever it is that you've been doing, you need to make sure that that is solid, right? And that the direction you want things to go in terms of your own sense of confidence, you've got to make sure that you have that belief there. Okay, because this card is all about your self-belief, and if you don't have that, if you cannot honestly say and share with other people this sense of belief, this strong driving force, if there is a doubt for any reason, right, if you are, and the thing is, you're asking the question, so it's telling me there is some layer of doubt. You need to just have full faith in it. It's one of those, it's time to piss or get off the pot. Do you know what I mean? It's time. You have to decide whether this is something you absolutely want to do in terms of you feel this burning, pressing need, or whether it's just the thought that, you know, well, I could do that. This could happen and I could do, you know, maybe, because if you do not double down and find that core belief in yourself that this is right, then it's going to go tits up, right? It's going to go tits up. You've got this surfboard element here. You are going to miss that wave. You are going to get thrown against the rocks big time if you are not 100% committed, right? The 3 of Wands, 3s for me, 2 is representative of kids. No, 2 is representative of a couple or a partnership. 3 is, we're now going to, you know, take on a doggo, or we're going to adopt some children or have some children, or if it's a business, we've now set up the partnership, we're now going to hire some employees, we're going to rent a building. It's taking that next step and growing things forward, but you have to be fully committed, right? You have to be fully committed. This reversal worries me. This reversal worries me. In terms of what you need to know, I question you. Is your heart, whatever it is you're doing now, whatever this relates to, is your heart actually in it? Or are you just going through the motions because you've started it and now you're kind of stuck? Because the Four of Cups, this is talking about, this way up is talking about stability, right? It's talking about being able to move forward with things being secure, things being, what you want to do, your heart's desire, your passions are in it. This is what you're doing because you've thought things through, and this is where you're going, and everything's grounded and thoroughly thought out. This way, it's static and stagnant. This flow of energy stops. It's because this is what you've told yourself you want to do, and this is now where you are. Do you still want to do it? Do you still feel that passion? Do you still want to move forward in the way that you did? Because right now you're going through the motions purely and simply because that is what you expected to do, because that is what you said you wanted. And now you can't go back. So you need to be sure about whatever it is, whatever this path is. It feels like you were sure and now you're not. And you've got to work out why now you're not. Because the future opportunity is the ace, which is future opportunities. The ace is a new start, brand new beginning, brand new topic, brand new adventure, brand new project, brand new everything. If it was this way up, it would be amazing. But again, it's reversed. You've got so much doubt here. This is saying that you're not sure whether you're just stuck in a rut of where you are. But the problem is, if you change and you go off in a new direction, you're not sure of that either. You need to just, honestly, right? This is not a way for you to answer this question. Are you on the right path? The way to answer this question is, where is your passion? Where is that drive? Where is that urge, that urgency, that need to do whatever it is you're doing that started you on your journey of where you are now? If that is no longer there and you're just going through the motions, then as tough and as hard and as upsetting as it can be, you need to walk away and find something that your heart is in, because you've got this ace. And doing that isn't going to feel comfortable right now, but eventually, if you're following your heart, it's the right choice. Because right now you've started something and you're going along with it because you think you have to and you think you should, but that is not your end game. I hope that helps. That is going to be the last reading, my darling, and I really, really hope that helps. It feels like you know what the answer is already. Absolutely, you know what the answer is already. But I hope that helps. I hope it helps you maybe find some guidance. So yes, thank you ever so much for your question. I think if you feel like you're not moving forward, if you feel stuck, then you need to change direction big time, and completely different area, completely different field. But again, you make all your own decisions about your own life. This is only for entertainment purposes. But I hope that helps, my darling. And that is going to be it for today. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me. Much love to you on the replay crew. I have been looking at the analytics because now we have hit that major milestone, which means fingers crossed the YouTube algorithm is going to start pushing us forward a little bit more. But because we have met that milestone, it does mean that, as I say, I've been looking at the analytics, and many of you are watching on repeats and coming and joining us and in the replay. So to you in the replay crew, much love. Thank you so much for joining. If you've been watching live today, thank you very much for joining. Thank you for spending your time with us here on Beyond Authentic. I'll be back on Sunday evening for more tarot readings at 7 p.m. UK time. Our members only space will be open live at 6 p.m. Come and join us over there for updates on what's happening with the channel, and also what's happening with our lovely Ruby, and there'll be updates on that on Sunday evening. But that is it from us all today. Thank you to the amazing mod squad. You are all bloody bonkers for coming and joining, but you are all bloody amazing for doing so. And again, thank you to our members, and thank you to everybody who has watched today's stream. I will be back very, very soon. And as I say, stay you, stay true, stay authentic, and I'll see you on the next one, which this week is going to be on Sunday. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.